Welcome back to our UGC NET English Literature series. Today, we're exploring Albert Camus, the Nobel laureate who shaped absurdism and challenged the boundaries between literature and philosophy. Camus' works don't just tell stories. They stage philosophical battles about alienation, meaninglessness, and rebellion. His characters confront the universe's indifference and force us to ask, what do we do in the face of chaos? We'll cover his essential works, core themes, and give you the tools to tackle any Camus question on the UGC NET. Ready to confront the void? Let's begin. Camus' most famous novel, The Stranger, introduces us to Meursault, a man defined by emotional detachment. The novel opens with the iconic line, "Mother died today, or maybe yesterday, I can't be sure." Meursault's indifference shocks society more than his crime. He's judged not for murder, but for failing to conform to social expectations of grief and morality. The Stranger is a study in absurdism. Meursault refuses to pretend, living honestly in a meaningless universe. Facing execution, he finds freedom in accepting the world's indifference. For UGC NET, remember, this is the definitive text on alienation and the conflict between individual and society. The Myth of Sisyphus, Camus' philosophical essay, asks, if life is meaningless, why not end it? Camus defines the absurd as the clash between our search for meaning and the universe's silence. He uses Sisyphus, condemned to push a boulder forever, as a metaphor for human existence. Camus' answer isn't despair, but revolt. We must accept the absurd and live passionately despite it. Sisyphus, aware of his fate, finds freedom and even joy in his struggle. The struggle itself is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy. This essay is essential for understanding Camus' life-affirming response to the absurd. In The Plague, Camus shifts from individual to collective struggle. Set in Oran, the city's citizens face a deadly epidemic, an allegory for Nazi occupation and universal suffering. Dr. Rieu and others fight the plague not for glory, but out of simple decency. The novel explores solidarity. Meaning is found not in faith, but in shared resistance against suffering. Even in an indifferent universe, compassion and community create value. The Plague is Camus' meditation on humanism and collective rebellion. The Fall is a psychological monologue by Jean-Baptiste Clamence, a former lawyer haunted by his own hypocrisy. After failing to save a drowning woman, Clamence's self-image collapses, exposing his vanity. He confesses not to repent, but to judge others, drawing the reader into his guilt. The Fall is a dark exploration of guilt, judgment, and the lies we tell ourselves. It's a departure from Camus' earlier works, delving into moral ambiguity and self-awareness. For exams, note its focus on confession, duplicity, and the universal human condition. Exile in the Kingdom, Camus' short story collection, explores exile in all its forms: physical, spiritual, and psychological. Each story captures moments of connection or realization amid alienation. From the Algerian desert to Brazilian jungles, characters seek meaning in fleeting experiences. These stories show Camus' range and his empathy for those facing isolation. They're vital for understanding how his philosophy plays out in everyday life. The Rebel is Camus' major work on political philosophy, tracing rebellion from the French Revolution to modern totalitarianism. He distinguishes between rebellion, which affirms shared human values, and revolution, which can justify violence and tyranny. Camus' critique of nihilistic revolution put him at odds with Sartre and Marxist thinkers. I rebel, therefore we exist. Rebellion creates solidarity and meaning. The Rebel is key for understanding Camus' humanism and his break with Sartre. For UGC NET, focus on his distinction between life-affirming rebellion and destructive revolution. Camus' works challenge us to confront the absurd, rebel against injustice, and create meaning together. For UGC NET, remember, absurdism is the clash between human longing and the universe's silence. Rebellion affirms shared values. Camus teaches us not to seek final answers, but to ask the right questions and live courageously in uncertainty. If this helped, like and subscribe for more UGC NET content. Thanks for watching. See you next time.